today's practice is a beginner slow flow. We'll be focusing on lengthening and opening up through the hamstrings, the backs of your legs. If you have blocks, you can go ahead and grab them, or something like a pillow just as a little extra prop. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. We'll go ahead and get started just lying down on our backs today. So you can extend your legs long, maybe bring the soles of your feet to touch and let your knees fall open wide. This is all for you. Just start to notice your space, your body in connection with your mat underneath you. Allow the body to feel a heaviness softening down and in. Maybe you place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just feel whatever you're bringing into this space. Notice if it's an emotion or an energy that is serving you right here, and if it's not, you have the choice to place it off to the side of your mat. You choose the energy, the feelings, the thoughts that you'll bring into this space for your practice. And just start to deepen the breath. Breathe in through your nose, feel your belly and your chest expand. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out, releasing any bits of that energy that you still want to get rid of. And repeat a few more of those breaths, cleansing the body, and in return, cleansing the mind. Feeling that breath flow through the body. Slowly start to bend your knees. Plant the soles of your feet flat on your mat. Start to hug your right thigh in nice and tight. Wrap your hands around your right shin. Start to find some circles through the ankle. And inhale, extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Continue with those circles, maybe pointing or flexing. Allow the circles in the ankle to turn into circles through the leg. And while finding this movement, think of pulling your belly button down towards your spine, keeping your core engaged. Take a full breath in. Exhale, gentle hamstring stretch. Ease your right thigh in towards your chest. Soften your shoulder blades, your neck, the back of your head down into your space. You can bend your right knee to pull your right thigh in a little bit closer. And maybe on the exhale, extending and straightening, feeling that extra length that you've created. One more time if it feels good. Full breath in. Exhale, grab for the pinky toe side of your foot with your left hand, and we'll find a cross body stretch, really getting into the right IT band. Reach your right arm towards the top right corner of your mat as an anchor. I'm going to keep both hips soft to your mat. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Then slowly bring it back through center. And we'll grab for the inside of your right foot with your right hand. And open your right foot up to the side just slightly. Soften your left hip down. Soften your belly to your spine. Inhale back through center. Exhale, slowly release. Trace a line with your big toe up, out, and forward, feeling that length through the right hip. And we'll find the other side. Squeeze your left thigh in nice and tight. Start to find those circles. And extend the sole of your left foot up to the ceiling. Keep those circles going. Pull your belly to your spine. Start to find those circles through the left hip. Nice and slow. Sticking with the breath here, that's the most important part of the practice. Take a full breath in. Exhale, ease your leg in towards your chest. Just being gentle and kind, noticing the thoughts about what you're doing. Release any judgment and start to bend through your left knee. And on the inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen, straighten. One more time. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And start to grab for the pinky toe side of your foot with your right hand. We'll find that cross body stretch. Keep your right knee pointing up, your left hip soft down on your mat. This side might feel different. Release the judgment around that. And then slowly come back through center using your core, and we'll switch sides. So grab your left foot with your left hand, opening the hip. Maybe you reach your right arm to the right as a bit of an anchor. And slowly come back through center. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower your left toes out and down to your mat, feeling that length through the left hip. And start to hug both thighs tight into your chest. Find some rolls through your knees. Then we'll rock forward and back as many times as you need. And we'll meet in a tabletop, so come to your hands and knees. You want to stack your joints, so shoulders over elbows over wrists, and your hips over your knees. And start to extend your right leg back nice and long. The more you press your right heel back, the more you'll feel it. Your right hamstring, your right calf. We're really going to get into the hamstrings today. Slowly start to open to the right. Walk your fingertips towards the long side of your mat. We'll find this modified child's pose. Send your tailbone back. You can stack one hand on top of the other and let your forehead settle in. You'll feel this through your right hamstring, maybe your right inner thigh. You can either point or flex through your right ankle. Just breathing, allowing the exhale to move and shift the body slightly, but without any force or real thought. Inhale, rise. Exhale, square your hips back to the top of your mat. We'll find a counter stretch. Cross your right foot on the other side of your left. You'll feel this through your outer right hip. Then bring it back through center. Extend your left leg back. Press your left heel back. Maybe rock forward. Then back. Lift your belly up to your spine, hip points to rib cage to keep your core engaged. Then start to crawl it over to the left. We'll find that modified child's pose. You can start to sink down on the left side of your right heel if that feels okay, and you'll find a deeper stretch there through your hips and your inner thighs. Really allowing your forehead to release, your palms take the weight. And slowly, mindfully, with breath, start to rise. Square your hips towards the top edge of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, counter stretch. Cross your left foot to the outer right side of your mat. And slowly come back through center. Find that alignment. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pike your hips up and back. And start to pedal through your knees. It's a really nice way to open up through the hamstrings without too much force. Think of drawing the eyes of your elbows, the insides of your elbows in and forward. That'll keep your upper arms engaged. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower with breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Press your heels to your mat. Inhale, lift. Open mouth, sigh it out. And slowly start to crawl your hands to the back of your mat. Ragdoll, forward fold. We're still waking up the hamstrings. Bend your knees enough to let your belly rest on your thighs. You want to think of tipping the weight forward a little bit. But with your hands down, you'll catch yourself if you tip. Inhale, twist. Keep your left hand planted. Reach your right arm up overhead. Breathe. Pull your left hip crease back. Keep your hips square. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left arm lifts. Breathe. Pull your right hip back. Stack your left shoulder over your right. Inhale. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, high plank. Start to crawl it forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your palms down and forward. Lengthen through your spine. And inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Travel to the top of your mat. Start to crawl your fingertips over to the right. This is all about how it feels. No right or wrong. You can bend through your right knee and then start to crawl it back through center over to the other side. Breathing as deep and as full as you can. Then back to center. The back of your neck softens down to your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left leg steps back, low lunge. Drop your left knee to your mat. Inhale, half splits. Extend through your right leg and breathe. This is a great place for blocks under your hands if you have blocks. Think of pulling your right heel down and back as you lead forward with your heart space, lengthening through the spine. Flex all of your right toes up towards the ceiling. And just existing in stillness right there with your body. Inhale, low lunge, shift forward. And just start to rock backwards and forwards with your breath, opening up through your left hip flexor. And when you're ready, inhale, pyramid pose. Straighten through both legs, bump your back foot in. And this is another good place for blocks. Equal weight between your front and back foot. If you need to lift your back heel, that's okay. But if it feels good, try to weight your back heel down. Square your outer left hip down towards your mat. You'll feel it lower a little bit as you pull your right hip back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg steps back, low lunge. Inhale, half splits, straighten through your left leg. Pause and breathe. You can adjust. Maybe you want to walk your left heel forward a little bit. Drag your left hip back. And allow space between your inner thighs. So just be mindful that you're not shifting to the right or to the left. Pull your tailbone back as you lengthen your heart forward. And when you're ready, inhale, low lunge, shift forward, lift your back knee, start to find those rocks. Opening up through your right hip and firing up through your right hamstring. Inhale. Exhale, pyramid pose. Step your back foot in. And if you can, anchor your back heel down. Soften your right hip towards your mat. Think of lifting up through your front quad. And something magic happens when we just exist with the breath. It doesn't matter where the body's at. It's just you and that natural life force. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Travel to the top of your mat. Bend your knees, grab for your forearms behind your legs, and just rock your head side to side. No rhyme or reason, just letting all that tension go. And when you're ready, surrender down to your mat. We'll sit nice and tall, legs extend out in front of you, palms by your side, staff pose. Think of dropping your tailbone down and forward. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, seated forward fold. Release your belly to your thighs, even if that means bending through your knees. And maybe you can interlace your hands underneath your feet. We've really opened up the hamstrings today. You want to be careful to not force the stretch in the backs of your legs. So if you feel pain, come out of it. But if you feel a nice, easy, gentle stretch, stay. Keeping the torso where it is, inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold, maybe a little deeper, maybe just the breath gets deeper. And slowly start to roll it up. Scoot all the way forward. Then lower down to your back. Bend your knees, plant the soles of your feet flat on your space. And hug your right thigh in nice and tight. Maybe you extend your left leg long. Inhale, hamstring stretch, breathe. So we've been here before, the beginning of practice. Just notice the difference. Soften your shoulders down. Maybe the body hasn't changed, but the mind is still. The mind might be gracious. Take a full breath in. Exhale, supine twist variation. So grab for your right foot with your left hand. Maybe you keep it straight. If that doesn't feel good, go ahead and bend it. Reach your right arm towards the top right corner of your mat. And then just like in any twist, send the breath to your right side body, your low back, and your outer right hip. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back through center. Hug your left thigh in. Inhale, gentle hamstring stretch. Extend your left leg to the ceiling. Breathe. Can extend your right leg long. You want your right heel in contact with your mat. Inhale. Exhale, supine twist variation. So grab for the outer edge of your left foot. Bring it all the way down to your mat. This is going to be intense, so if you need to bend your knee, go ahead. Soften your left shoulder down. Visualize the breath flowing to the left low back, opening up space there. We have that ability with the breath to open up stagnant space. And slowly come back through center. Take a moment, maybe rock your knees side to side, releasing. And when you're ready, start to make your way into your final Shavasana, your final rest. If you feel any wiggles, any stress in the body, just move that area side to side until you settle down in a calm space. And then it's just you and your breath. Focus in and enjoy. Slowly start to bring movement back to your body. Maybe that's a long body stretch. Roll to your right or left side. Rest your ear on your bicep. And notice what you'll take with you from this practice. Maybe it's just that feeling of calm, centered energy. Draw your hands to your heart. Take a full breath in. Exhale, we bow forward in gratitude. Namaste.